Well, welcome back to Bourbon Writers. In today's first pour, we're going to try the early times. And you're probably saying to yourself, why has it taken so long for you to do a first pour on the early times? Because we can't find it anywhere. It's not like it's a unicorn. Maybe. Anyways, for those that don't know, Early Times has been a budget bourbon from the Brown-Forman distillery. And Brown-Forman, the same people that make Old Forester, for example. It's been a favorite amongst a lot of people, even those that drink more expensive bourbons. In fact, you can find any number of YouTube whiskey gurus that love this product. So, I don't know exactly how long ago it was, but Brown-Forman sold Early Times and the right to produce it to Sazerac, which is a major brand. They're kind of like the GE of liquor. And you know a lot of the brands, including Buffalo Trace, for example. So they bought this, and the way I understand it is they have been distilling this product. They've producing the mash and distilling the product, and they're now aging it. But to be a Kentucky bourbon, it has to be at least 4 years old. And this is a bottled in bond, so there's even tighter restrictions. Now, supposedly there's another year or two before they'll have bourbon ready from their own barrels to put in there. And at that time, a lot of people expect the flavor profile to change. If you go to the Early Times website or Sazerac, you'll see that they've got a whole new bottle design. And that makes me think that when they do come out with the Sazerac version of this, it'll also be in a new bottle. So get it while you can, but they are in short supply. I used to see Early Times all over the place. Now, I might go 5 or 6 places before I see an Early Times. And then when I do, there's only a couple of them. So when I saw one today, I snagged it up. I hadn't seen one in, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. The first thing that gives it away that it's a budget bourbon is there's no cork. And let's be real. Even in the Cooper Craft series, you've got two Cooper Crafts. You've got the regular Cooper Craft, and you've got the Cooper Craft Barrel Reserve. Other than, obviously, one's 100 proof and one isn't, what do you notice right away? One's a screw top and one is not. I have to admit, though, I get kind of spoiled. I like the corks. Nice amber color. I'd say medium to medium dark. Well, let's see what the nose says. I think I need to let it breathe a little more. I was getting a little bit too much alcohol there. Sweet bourbon. Not as sweet as the Cooper's Craft, which I kind of expected it to smell more like. Caramel, vanilla, brown sugar kind. Typical bourbon and not. Something in there. Maybe dark fruit. A little bit of dark fruit. Caramel. Vanilla. I keep hearing banana runt. Now, I'm not sure the last time I tasted banana runt, but I do smell banana in this one. Sometimes it's hard to pick those out when you've got something that's smell that's overwhelming, like a spice or heavy, high proof, where you really catch that alcohol. Interesting. So some dark fruit, some banana, caramel brown sugar. I may have mistaken the vanilla for the banana. Now that I smell it again, I don't pick up the vanilla. So let's see what it tastes like. First taste is deceiving. I picked up a lot of alcohol right on the tip, and then spice, and then the sweetness, and then kind of spice on the back, kind of peppery. But I think the alcohol was dominating on the first taste. In some ways, a little like the Cooper's Craft, but I've only tasted the Barrel Reserve, so this might be closer to the standard Cooper's Craft than the Barrel Reserve, even though the Barrel Reserve is the same proof point. That Kentucky Hub comes in a little faster on the early times than some of my other products. The Fiddler to Unison, for example, that was a very slow wave that came in. This is a little more prominent. You feel that. You feel that warmth like coming in a lot faster. More like a wave. So just definitely tasting the proof in this more than the Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve. But once you get past that first sip and that rush of alcohol, it gets better. Not as smooth as the Buffalo Trace. I would say it's got a little bit bolder taste than the Buffalo Trace. Certainly the alcohol is, the proof point's higher than Buffalo Trace. But when I think about the taste, I think about graham crackers. I think that flavor of the cinnamon. I think the spice I'm getting is like a cinnamon spice, a baking spice, and then you've got that caramel molasses. Sure, it's fairly sweet for the price point. I figured it would be much spicier, high rye content, not a lot of flavor. You get what you pay for kind of thing, which I've been proven wrong so many times it's not funny anymore. Price does not dictate taste or quality. This is pretty good. I'm not sure it breaks in my top 5 daily sippers. I'd have no problem sipping it. Maybe trying it over a piece of ice. I think it would be an excellent mixer because the proof point is going to come through a little more than lower proof products. It's got a fairly bold taste. Like I said, the Buffalo Trace gets diluted really quick, and if you use a drink that's too sweet, you really lose a lot of the flavor of Buffalo Trace. I think this in a cocktail, as long as it wasn't overly sweet, the flavor would still come through. So probably would be great just with in a glass with some ice, some ginger ale, and maybe one of those Luxardo cherries. I bet you that'd be a pretty good cocktail. That's still, I do taste the proof more in this than I do the Cooper's Craft. So I have to take smaller sips with this because that hits the back of the tongue. That alcohol is just like, yeah, baby. Give me more. So it exceeded my expectations. But my expectations were pretty low on this. I mean, it's always on the bottom shelf, it seems like. It's got a screw top. And even though I heard good things about it, I just didn't have much expectation for it. So it exceeded that. Is it as good as people say it is? Jury's still out on that. I think it is a great value for the money. This is a good one. I don't know how often I would replace it, but it's certainly a good one to have out there and to share with your friends. And I think it would probably make a really good cocktail. So that's all we have for you today. It's, like I said, not a lot to talk about. It's a straightforward, sweet bourbon with a little bit of heat to it. We hope you liked this video. We hope you'll subscribe so you'll see more content. And we'll see you next time. Hits the back of the tongue. That alcohol is just like, yeah, baby. Give me more.